All right, skip the phase in the video. I'll include it in this. You just have to make up where it goes. We've been out here since 5 o'clock this morning. It's taking us every bit of an hour, even though we have a string line down. It's taking us every bit of an hour to actually, because we had to use the plumb bob. And I want y'all to listen to me real close. We'll use the plumb bob and everything to get, see them chalk lines in that square? We had to re-square the building now according to what's on the pad. Now, listen to me very closely. I don't care if it's framing, masonry work, foundation work, or whatever. You need people that's going to be technically and tactically competent, meaning that they already know what needs to be done, and they are one step either with you or ahead of you to head to the next phase to make everything a whole lot easier. Now, I'll give you an example. These blocks are not going to get over there on that pad unless somebody does it. And PastorDowell's not going to move them. The younger people are going to move them. I'm laying the corners. You get it? We have to be on one accord, and everybody has to do a particular job in order for us to be able to advance. Now, what we done is we went ahead and re-squared the building. You see blocks over there halfway by that stump, or that's halfway of the halfway point by that stump. What we did was make sure that we still had the 20-foot wide from one end to the next in order to make sure when we snap the lines that our lines are on so the building is squared. Brother Scott is over there mixing mud to make sure you get to the right consistency. Because it rained last night, the ground is damp. We have to use 2x8 boards to actually set the block on. We have to get some plastic to set a bunch of them on until the ground dries up, because if not, the dirt is going to bind to the bottom of the block, and therefore it will not bind to the mortar mix, and the mortar mix won't bind to the pad. Either way it goes. Always using the transit. So we're using the transit to try to figure out exactly where our high and low spots is, and we can make up the rest with the mortar from there. That's another phase coming. So long. You can start anytime you want. All right, what we got going on here, we have the corners right here. And of course, you know, the corners, they need to be level. And of course, you can tell by level as if the bubble is there. Easier said than done. So we have this corner and this corner within an eighth or quarter of an inch. Same way down here on this far run. The first thing you do when setting blocks is to always get the corners, because you have to check the diagonal going both ways like this, and then you have to check it like this. Now, the way you do it when you're laying out a building is if you start here and you check this side to make sure it's even, then you check the long side, and then we go back to math, which is what? A square plus B square equals what? C square. Isn't that right? Mm-hmm. That's the diagonal from one corner to the next. I usually use a calculator, construction calculator to do it. Whatever method and way you can come up with. You have to pay a little bit of this. But so now the corners is pretty humid out here today, so the mud is drying out extremely fast. So now we're gonna have to go to 3/4 to a full bucket of water to 16 to 17 scoops of sand per 80-pound bag of type S, because everything is drying out pretty fast. And so now we got the corner set. I'm getting ready to measure and mark for the access point for the doors, one on this end and one on this end. And that's just so that we can have access to get up under the building in case we need to do something with plumbing, or because this is going to be a stick frame building, or in case we need to, or to set the plumbing, excuse me. So that's what we're going to do right now. We'll get you at the next phase on the next time. All right, we got one of the most important parts done, which is actually doing the corners of the block right here. They're all pretty much within an eighth to a quarter of an inch as far as level, and the diagonal is within a quarter inch or an eighth, if not perfect, all the way around. Now what we're doing is we run a string line. So we run these blocks right here to the string line. Brother Scott is now making an opening, and we're probably gonna go four courses high on this. It is really, I think it's hotter today than it was yesterday. What do you think, Harry?
Yes, sir.
It was 96 the day before. Is that right, Jesus? You didn't burn, did you? I did, yes, sir. You did? Lord bless your heart. It'll peel. You'll be all right. All right. And then it was 98 yesterday. I don't know what it is right now, but the humidity is off the chain. It feels hot today than it did the other day. Now what you want to do is you want to keep that block and that twig. Put the twig like right here and that block back there in the line. Doesn't have to be impaired. All right. And so we're probably going to go one more to see what we're doing. This right here is truss wire. What is today? Wednesday?
Yeah,
June what? 14th?
I believe.
Anyway, truss wire. We put that every other course. That's for lateral strength. All right. We'll keep you posted here in a little bit.